some may not plant it. Please, can you help us to read this? So we need labor for weeding, for staking, for organic manure application of pesticide, harvesting of vines, that is the leaves. Where is it coming from? Okay, harvesting of vines and harvesting of pods. So we need labor for those operations. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay, this time. Okay. So what I'm saying is that we have listed the material input that we need, then the labor items too. I've listed it out that is very necessary in the production. And I want to tell us that the labor cost depends on your location. Do you get what I'm saying? The labor cost depends on your location. I don't know, maybe I should ask two people that in your area, what is the labor cost per day? How much do you pay the laborers in your area? Do you have any idea about that? How much do we pay laborers in our area? Afa, you want to tell us? Okay, so how much do we pay laborers? Daniel should be able to tell us. How much do you pay hired workers? You don't do daily. And you pay them. Okay. There are things in now environments, you can pay them up to 1,500 naira per day. Then in rural areas, it will not be up to that. Then most people, as you have said, and we have this weeding, then you put your cost on that particular task. So that if they like, they can do it for 2 days, they can do it for 3 days. But what is important to is that they must do the job. So these are the materials, these are the labor requirements. Then we need our tools too. We need the tools too in production and taken them out. So for 1 hectare of ugu, if you want to produce ugu on 1 hectare of land, and 1 hectare of land is 10,000 meters square. Do you know what I'm saying now? So for that now to produce on that 1 hectare, we need 5,000 naira to produce on 1 hectare of land. So if you produce on that 1 hectare of land, by projection, it is possible for us to get 7 tons of the leaf and 4,500 of the pods. So the total revenue from 1 hectare of land is 2,950,000. Now when you remove your cost from revenue, it is possible to get a profit of 2,050,000 naira. Then what benefit cost ratio is telling us that if I put 1 naira into this business, what will I realize? So by this my calculation, if you put 1 naira into the business of ugu, it is possible to realize 3 naira 20 kobo. Because ugu in the market now, you cannot get a kg for 100 naira, it's more than that. But I don't want to to just whet your appetite too much. That is why we are doing it at farm gates here. It is believed that if I'm selling from Naira, it's at farm gates. So that is why we are having 100 naira per kg. So if you put 1 naira into it, you realize 3 naira 12 kobo. Then the profit there is 2 naira 2 kobo. I'm taking them to 4. So what I'm saying is that the real profit is this 2 naira 2 kobo, and it is possible for us to make that from this vegetable production. So, and what this is telling us is that this business of ugu production is profitable. If you know how to do it, the business is profitable. Now, Let's now move on to dry season production. The difference between dry season and wet season production is that during the dry season, you have to make budget for irrigation. Do you get what I'm saying now? You have to make budget for irrigation. Then what I used to advise when I'm writing business plan for people is that even throughout the wet season and rainy season, let your irrigation be in a place. Because during the wet season too, there are periods of dry spell. You get what I'm saying now? So those periods of dry spell now, if you do not put water, when rain is not stable, so it is very good for us as a very serious person that in production of agricultural commodities due to climate change now, let water be in the place. Because during period of dry spell now, if you're able to suffer for 2 weeks, it will affect your yield. You get what I'm saying now? So let us make sure that if possible that even during the wet season there should be water, so that if there are dry spell you have something to water your plant. So what this is also telling us is that ugu production too during dry season is also profitable, but the return on investment is reduced because we have more cost as a result of the irrigation during the dry season. They want to tell us that during that dry season that because supply is limited in the market, definitely whatever you produce, if you take it there, there will be market for it. So ugu production during wet season and dry season, they are very, very profitable. And it is something that we can do that we are going to get returns from. Now I want us to look at this together. I want us to look because I want to break down the cost so that we are not talking about 2 million, 1 million, and so on. Because not everybody can have access to 1 hectare. You can have access to 1 plot, you can have access to 2 plots. We can start small and with time we can scale up our production. 1 hectare is equal to 10,000 meters square. What about one of football? How many football field do you need? One shot. No, this should be more than a football field. I think 1 acre is a football field. So when you talk of 1 hectare, 1 hectare is different from 1 acre. Acre is smaller than hectare. You get what I'm saying? So this 10,000, you can get like 2 football fields from this 1 hectare. So now, I want us to look at, so 1 acre is equal to 4,000 meters square. Now when you talk of 1 acre now, not hectare, 1 acre consists of 6 standard plots. Do you get what I'm saying? 1 acre consists of 6 standard plots. And the standard plot is 18 meter by 10 meter. Do you get it now? The standard plot is where we build our house. Do you get it? 18 meter by 10 meter. That is a standard plot. So I'm telling us that we can start with that 1 plot. It is not too small. We can start with that 1 plot. And if you start with that 1 plot, this is what some people are making noise. Let's listen so that we can all benefit from this. So if we start, this is what we are going to get on an hectare. And when you look at on an hectare that we have 15 plots in 1 hectare, you get what I'm saying now. So let's say I want to start now on 1 plot. If I'm starting on 1 plot, if I have 62,000 or 63,000, I can start my production. So we don't need to look for 1 million or 30 billion. If I have 63,000, I can start my production of food. You can see that I break down the information. So on 1 plot now, you can start with production cost of this. Then you see the returns of this, and you get the net profit of this on 1 plot. And by my calculation, for my calculation, this is minimum something because I'm selling at farm gate price. The one I'm selling at 100 naira here, when you get to LLA or Bodija, you cannot get it at 100 naira. I want us to confirm that. So don't let us look at the how many million and so on. You can start from 1 plot, and with time we can scale up our operation. Because it is not even good for us as a starter now to start with 1 hectare. Let's start with 1 plot for this year. Next year, we can reach to 2 plots, 3 plots, 4 plots. Because when we are producing now, we gain one experience in the production. And we can use our experience now to illustrate that when I did my ugu last year, I applied 1 ton of fertilizer, I applied 2 tons, and use it to improve production in the following year. So this is just the breakdown. So what this is telling us is that ugu production is is profitable. It's telling us that food production, either in the dry season or in the wet season, is something that we can put our money and something will come out of it. So that is what that is telling us. Do we have any comments, observation before I move on to the way to any observation? Okay, sir. Ugu. How many months? Okay. Okay. If you want to grow your ugu, you can raise it in the nursery for like 3 to 4 weeks. Then when it gets to the field, from when it gets to the field, when you transfer it to the field, from 16 weeks or from 12 to 16 weeks, you can begin to harvest. And it can stay there for a year if there is water. Then sometimes for the next year to if you manage differently, you can still be applying water to it and be able to harvest from the wood. So it's something that if you know how to do it, you should have the knowledge, the skill, and the way we handle our plants is something that it should generate money for us for a long period of time. I remember I have one wood in my house. In the following year too, I was unable to plant it, so I was wetting down that particular one, and it was bringing out it for me. No problem. So it's something that is very, very sustainable. Thank you for that question. Please, do you have any? Okay. 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 For the first production, you know, when you have your production now, you are not going to harvest once. You can be harvesting every week. The cumulative of that first production that you did, that is the net profit. You know, for instance now, you started with, let's say you started with 100 seedlings. From that 100 seedlings now, when they have reached like 12 to 16, you begin to harvest it. When you harvest today, you sell, you keep the record, harvest tomorrow. So the cumulative profit of that your production, that is the start revenue. Then the total cost that you spent on that area of land, that is the total cost. And when you remove the cost from the revenue, that is when you get your profits. So that is what I hope I'm able to explain to you. Okay, thank you. Please ask questions so that it will be clear to us. Excuse me, sir. Everybody, yes, sit down very well. Thank you. So do you have any comments? Or I should call somebody else. If any comments, any question, so that we can move on. Is it clear to okay? Okay. 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 The two are good. But it depends on your own resources. Because sprinkler is cheaper than drip. You get what I'm saying now? With drip, you need to put on pipe, laterals, and so on and so forth. The sprinkler, just install your sprinkler, it should be no watering around. So if you have the resources, I used to advise for deep irrigation. Now when you talk about vegetable, I want to believe that sprinkler is better. Because if it is deep, water will be applied directly to the root of the plants. And we know that vegetables, they are not spaced. They will be so close. Except if you want to have it in, if you want to drip, you cannot use drip irrigation. But if you want to broadcast now, sprinkler will be better. Then, if you use drip now, it will prevent weed growth. But if you use sprinkler, the water will be everywhere. So that one will promote. So one has to look at one resources, method of planting, will determine the type of irrigation you want to use. But essentially, if you use drip now, it will save you some cost because water will be to a specific location in the soil. But it's just that the initial capital outlay will be high. For instance, if you want to produce cucumber now, drip is better. So that water will just be like, because if you want to produce cucumber now, it's like 60 centimeter by 60 centimeter. So you can punch your laterals so that water will just be directly to the root of that plant. So it depends on your skill, and so on and so on, and the system of production that you want to use. So that will determine that. Okay, sir.
My question is not on the chemical, it's not on the chemical. I want to say that I'm a Google farmer.
Okay.
So, I usually have this challenges. At times when I plant I discover that when I plant I discover that some will be having some whitish, as it was being poured on the leaf.
Okay.
Or at times if I stick the leaf, those on the lower part of the stem will be becoming turning yellowish in nature. So I've been trying to look for things to, I don't know if it's a fungal infection or the bacterial infection. I don't really know. I'm trying to calculate that.
Okay, thank you so much. Tomorrow, by the grace of Almighty God, we're going to the practicals of this, because that's the study that you are telling us. If you do not do it very well, to affect the growth of your plant. So we have techniques for this. So when we get to the practicals tomorrow, all this will be illustrated to you. There are those type of that symptoms that you have mentioned, whitish and so on. We are going to go through them so that you have more information on that. So can I move on? Okay, so let's now go to, do you still have any question on Ugu? Then do we now believe that Ugu is a profitable vegetable production that we can put our money into?
Yeah.
So if you know how to do it, if you have the passion, the knowledge and so on, because this knowledge is very important. And I want to tell us that agricultural production is not static. There are new invention, new information that we need. So we must keep abreast of this information if you want to have profitable venture. It is very, very important. Things are not static. One are the days that if you want to control pests, you must use chemical. This day now we have biopesticide that you can use on your farm. And we all know that the biopesticide, that is the organic one, is better than the chemical one. Because people using chemical now, they are having many diseases. Have you planted the wedu before? Okay, man. Tell us your experience about the wedu. I'm talking to this auntie, not Alanja. Tell us your experience about the wedu. Tell us your experience about the wedu. The wedu. Yeah, let's hear from you about the wedu. Let's listen to her. I'm going to ask you a question now. Let's listen to her. How the cultivation, when you sell it, how was it? I want you to share with us.
We've actually talked about the cultivation earlier, whereby you get the seed, put it inside hot water for a while, so that the chemical that is in the body of the seed can ensure that can allow penetration for germination. Then when we plant, we can use nursery point, and we can do scraping. Okay. Then after cultivation, it begins to germinate almost immediately. The moment it's deep inside the water. And the harvest it goes a very it lasts.
Okay.
Because the moment you are putting the bigger ones, the smaller ones are supposed to come in, are supposed to be having enough space. I normally I normally supply food vendors. Yes, so it's much more easier because they do not have to go to the market to go get their weight.
Okay. And how has it been?
Okay,
Is it profitable?
it is profitable and it is less stressful.
Less stressful. Please, can we appreciate that for sharing with us? Let's appreciate that now. Thank you so much. So I want you to share with us briefly your experience about the way. I think you put up your hand.
The whole army is better off than the rainy season. Because then you have that scarcity of the rainy market, and you have more, you generate more income or profit during the dry season. That's the work the bank normally call after. So the dry season period. So for the rainy season period, I don't always encourage that because even at the backyard of some people, the way people grow there, and some other, there will be couple of vegetables during the rainy season. So even the way you can grow in some people's parlor. So I don't encourage planting of the way during the rainy season. I only encourage planting of the way during the dry season.
Thank you. Can we appreciate it? I want to tell us that I don't know. Gone are the days. I'm still saying that because during the wet season too, if I buy 100 naira away, it's not too much. Though during dry season is generally more profitable than rainy season. But even during the rainy season too, because things are very expensive now. If you know how to do it, you are still going to get some income from it. So I want to encourage, if you are serious, if you are business people, let's produce during wet season. We can now reduce the extent of our production. During rainy season now, we may not go for 1 acre, we can go for half acre. Then during dry season, we can now increase the scale of our production. So I still want to encourage us that we can go into the production in the wet season too and dry season. So what we want to discuss now, we want to talk about economic potential of dry season production of cocoa, which is ewedu. Then looking at it too, ewedu is a very important leafy vegetable in Nigeria. It is very, very important. And we all know that these days now, we have amala sure, amala everywhere, amala zone. And all this amala, what do we take with it? What do we take with it? Abula. So this ewedu too is telling us that it's very important. And this ewedu too is over London. You see it on Instagram. Some people are there to the amala business. They will prepare their amala. And without ewedu there, it is not sustainable. So that is telling us that ewedu is very, very important. And we taught this our children now. We used to advise us that when they are very young, we prepare ewedu, put a lot of fish, use food to give them that, to give them iron. So it is telling us that this vegetable is very, very important. And again, as I mentioned for ugu, this ewedu can provide all year-round income for us, especially that if they know that our ewedu that I'm going to produce is fresher than what I think we produce, so they will come to me and buy from me. So it's something that we can do that every year we are going to get our income from it. Then, as he has mentioned, which I agree with him, if we produce ewedu during the dry season, we stand to gain more. And why do we stand to gain more? Because many people do not have irrigation facilities. And if you do not have irrigation facilities, if you plant ewedu during dry season, kò kàn sí ẹni kan rárá. Am I correct? How can we round here, starting to and then I bring out the seed? And if I go to the market, I cannot buy ewedu with seed. Because if I cook it, it will not drop. And I will not want to waste my money because it can be fibrous. So water is very, very important during dry season production. So I'm telling us that ewedu too, most especially in the southwest states, like Oyo State, like Lagos State, can generate year-round income for us. If you go to this LLE barrack now, I don't know if you have been there before, you see many women there producing ewedu and so on and so forth. If you go to Ojoko barrack, you have women efo, you have women efo, we call them women efo. Their major job is this ewedu and tete. And if you see them, you don't believe that this woman selling ewedu. You think that she's attending one of because the way they will dress and everything. And that means they are generating income from such activities. So it's something that we can produce here around. So I want us to look at the projection for ewedu too. If you want to produce our ewedu too, we need our seed, If the soil is not fertile, we need our fertilizer, we need agrochemical, we must prepare our land, we must prepare our land, we harvest, we provide irrigation during dry season. That one is a very important factor. So I'm telling us that this ewedu is profitable. If we put 1 naira into it, it is possible for us to get 1 naira 40 kobo from the business. And that is telling us that ewedu production too is profitable. It's something that we can do and something will come out of it for us. Now, as we have done for Ugu now, I want us to break it down into plots. Because if you talk about hectare, that one can scare us. That why will I get 900,000? Why will I get 1 million to start the business? If you want to start on one plot, you can start with 50,000, let's say 51,000 naira on one plot. And I said that the standard plot is 18 meter by 10 meter. That is where we build our houses. So now, if you want to produce on one plot, the total cost of production is 50,563 naira 3 kobo. And it is possible for us to realize 120,000 naira because the selling price I used in my calculation is net price. And the one that we are selling here at 100 naira here, when you get outside, you see that 300 naira. I don't know if you can confirm if you have ever buy from Niles. Have you bought from Niles before? So that you see how we sell our food. So if you start with 50,000, it is possible for us to sell at 120,000. And it is possible to get a profit of 69,437 naira on that plot. So it's telling us that Ewedu production too is profitable. It's something that we can put our money in and we get something out of it. The next vegetable is amaranthus. Amaranthus is also 30. So I don't know, has anybody produced amaranthus before? Have you produced amaranthus before 30 before? Have you produced 30 before? No. Have you produced 30 before? Who has produced 30 in this room? Eh? You have consumed it before. With what? Consumption alone. That means you are a great consumer. Very good. Okay. So this time around, are you going to produce it now? It's not try. You are going to produce it on our plot here. After you finish here, you are still going to produce it outside. It's very good. So who has produced tete here? Nobody. Nobody has produced tete. So tete too is a very important vegetable. And it is, we have it all over the country, go to the north, go to the south. They use it for many delicacies. So it's also very important vegetable. And it is also nutritious. That is, it can supply our body with vitamins, with minerals, with iron. So it is very, very important for us. Then it grows very fast and can be harvested 4 weeks after sowing. Have you observed that if you plant your tete, it grows very fast? Very fast. If you grow it in a very good soil, you manage it very good. Within 4 weeks, it is ready to be harvested. So it's something that we can do, that something will come out for us. Then let's look at the economics too. We need our materials, we need our land, and so on and so forth. We need our material like seed, fertilizer, we need labor for land preparation, for everything, and so on and so forth. So at the end of the day, production of this vegetable too, it is possible to realize from every 1 naira you put into the business, it is possible to realize 1 naira 8 kobo. And that is telling us that the business is also profitable. So the business of amaranth production too is profitable. It's something that we can put our money and that something will come out of it for us. So now, I'm also showing us if you want to produce on one plot, because I don't want that million to scare us from going to the production. So if you want to produce on one plot, which is 80 meter by 10 meter, you can start with 57,600 naira. And we are starting with that because we want to employ labor. But if it is me, if I want to start on that one course, I don't think I will need to go and hire labor. So if I do not hire labor, the cost of production will come down. But this is just telling us that in case you want to take labor, you can need up to this. Then we'll be able to realize that at 2,360 naira. And that is telling us that the production is also profitable. So all these vegetables that we are mentioning about now, they are very profitable that we can put our money in and something will come out of it. Then I want to tell us something now. We are here at now to acquire skill to know about how to produce ugu, how to produce ewedu and tete. What are the factors that can affect our success in this that we are doing? The first one is passion. We must have interest in this production of these commodities. If you do not have passion in agriculture, it will affect the rate of our success. So our passion is very, very important. We must have passion for it. We must have interest for it. It is very, very important. Then secondly, you need our skill too. You know, when they are teaching you on amaranthus, they tell you when to apply fertilizer, when to plant, the seed to use. So all this our knowledge, our skills, they are very, very important. So our skill too is very key. If you want to have, if you don't want to just produce, if you want to produce at a profit, it's also very important. Then thirdly, timing too is very, very important in production. Mention of dry season, mention of wet season. You should know that this is the time that the dry season will start. This is the time I was going to be feed. Do you get what I'm saying? So timing is very, very key. If you want to take advantage of dry season, there are times that you must be on the field. If you want to produce dry season vegetable and you are going to be feed in February, you know that you will not be able to get the maximum profit. So that timing is very, very key. Then again, planning. Planning is very important because I've said that agric is a very serious business now. I want to go into vegetable production. Which vegetable am I planning to produce? Which irrigation am I going to use? Which market will I sell my commodity? So all those plans, let us have it on ground. And I used to tell us that if you are producing vegetable, you should plan for the market ahead. That you are going to market your vegetable. So we are saying now that if I put 1 naira, I get 10 naira. You can only get 10 naira if you have to make adequate marketing plan. Do you get what I'm saying? So our planning is very, whatever we are going to, even if you are going to produce on our crops, who am I going to sell to? Let us plan. Where am I going to get my seed? Where am I getting my fertilizer? Let us have adequate plan for whatever we are doing. It's very, very important. Then adoption of improved production techniques, like we are teaching you now. If you want to produce your ugu now, if you want to raise your seed now, you can use sawdust. So all those techniques, you have to get them. If you do not get them, it will affect our level of profit. Then cultural practices too. We need to manage pests, we need to manage diseases. So we have to adopt. If you do not adopt that, it will affect our crop. Then post-harvest handling too is very, very important. So people, they will just harvest their vegetable with stove, with everything. And when they put it, they will just dump it on ground. You know, instead of them to wrap it in all this sack, not nylon. If you wrap it in nylon, it will, it should be subjected to post-harvest process. But if you put it in that sack, there will be air movement. That is better. So our post-harvest handling too can affect our level of profit. Because some vegetables now, when they harvest it today, if you put that, they put it in that sack, they can stay for 2 to 3 days, and it will still be looking fresh. So our post-harvest handling too is very, very important. Then I've mentioned pest and disease management. So all these factors, they are very important and they can affect our level of profit in vegetable production. Again, our passion, our skill, timing, planning, adoption of improved production practices, cultural practices, and pest and disease management. So all these are very important and they can affect the level of profit that we make in production. So lastly now, let me quickly go through. Okay, so essentially, leafy vegetable production entails transformation of input into output. That is, you plant your seed, the seed will bring out the leaves. The inputs can also be referred as resources or factors of production. Economics of leafy vegetable production is concerned with the productive use of farm input and resources. And as I've mentioned again, the production of these commodities, if you grow, they can already they are profitable. If you have the skill, you have an appropriate timing, you adopt good production practices, they are profitable that we can invest in. And again, you may not start on an hectare, you can start small, and over time, you can increase the scale of our production. So let's quickly go to cucumber now before we go. So cucumber too is a very important vegetable, and it is a fruit vegetable. And cucumber now for all these people in cosmetics industry is very important. If you want to lose weight, be eating cucumber, especially at night. You just observe that all those weight they will go down. Then in cosmetics too, they use all these people that they used to do all this spa and so on and so forth. They use cucumber a lot. And the crop supports health, so it's a very important crop too. And there is demand for it. You also these Hausa people and Yoruba people, they will sell it in grocery, they will sell it in wheelbarrow. And people now we have realized we have realized the importance of eating healthy food. So people are now, we are now embracing that. So what I'm saying now is that everybody now, we have realized the importance of eating healthy food. So people now embrace it. That is why you see that when you cut watermelon now, if you cannot afford the whole watermelon, they will cut it for you. You buy it or pineapple and so on and so forth. So fruit and vegetables they are very very important now. And cucumber too is also very important because it is easy to produce. You can sell it, they buy it in supermarket. Now if you go to Fuko now, all this their coleslaw and so on and so forth, cucumber is there and many other things. So it's something that and we need to tell ourselves that if you want to do any business, food business is very important because you cannot go without food. You cannot go without eating. So any business that has to do with food is something that one can do and that. So again, just like we did for Ubuntu, if you want to go into cucumber production too, we need our land, we need our labor, we need capital, we need management. And water too is very, very important. Water too is very, very important, most especially during the dry season. Yeah, I've discussed this with you. I will go further tomorrow, but I don't want to waste our time now. When we meet for tomato and pepper tomorrow morning, I will go further into that. So let me go into the table two. If you want to produce our cucumber too, we need our seed, we need our fertilizer, we need fungicides, we need labor for land preparation, for planting, for weeding, for fertilizer application, for harvesting, provision of irrigation. Then we may need to stake if you want better yield. Because if you produce cucumber during wet season, if it touches the ground, you see all this rotting. If it's above the ground now, you see that your food that will come out will be very clean and they will not be subjected to all these that you see holes, you not see hole in your people. So this taking is very important. They are telling us that if you produce deep cucumber too, if you put 1 naira to the business of cucumber, it is possible to realize 1 naira 80 kobo. And I want to ask us now, if you want to buy cucumber now, one cucumber in the market now is how much? 200 naira. At times 300 naira. So this is telling us that we do not need large area of land. Let us start small. We get something from it, and let us work on our marketing. Let us know that I'll be able to sell this in this market. It is very good for us. So river production too is profitable. So again now, as I've demonstrated earlier, that if you are starting on a plot, because now you can have your land, you may want to divide them into, because this cucumber we are talking about is an enterprise. You may want to have 5 enterprises. You may want to have cucumber here, cuckoo here, and so on and so forth. So if you are producing it on one plot, the total cost of production is 15,000, and it is possible to realize that amount that has indicated on the board, because the price we are selling here is very low compared to what we observe at Eleyele, Bodija or Oje, because it is very cheap in this area. So before I leave now, let me ask you some questions for recap. Let me ask you for a question for so that I can leave and you two can go and so that we meet again tomorrow. So who can tell me the resources that we need in production? What are the resources that we need in production? What are the resources that we need in production? I'm going to call this one Eros. Yes. What are the resources that we need in production? We need
land, labor, capital.
And please, can we clap for him? So what are the factors that can affect the level of our profit? Who can tell me what are the factors that can affect the level of our profits? I'm going to call this over. Besides that, now we are in Kapana. What are the factors that can affect the level of our profits? Passion, timing.
We have skills.
There are too many. Please, let's appreciate it too. Then I want to ask us now. I'm going to call this madam now. Madam wearing purple and black. Yes. If you want to produce ugu now, tell me what are those materials that you are going to need. If you want to produce ugu, what are the materials that you are going to need? Yeah, tell us so that you can go. What are the materials that you are going to need? I'm not talking about factors that will affect your profit now. What are the materials inputs that you are going to need? What are the materials inputs? See, fertilizer. Let's appreciate that too. Then is ugu production, is it profitable or not? You are not answering me. Is ugu production profitable? What of the production, is it profitable or not? What about the production, is it profitable or not? So let us clap for ourselves. Let us clap for ourselves. What are the conditions? We have the skill, so let's appreciate ourselves. If you didn't appreciate ourselves, let's appreciate ourselves. So thank you so much, everyone. I enjoy your class. I like the participation. So by the grace of Almighty God, I'll still be with you tomorrow morning for potato and pepper. We are going to talk about the economics tomorrow. So thank you once again. Do you have any question? Time tomorrow. Let me check the timetable. We are starting by 8 tomorrow too. 8 a.m. So let's be out by 8 tomorrow. So thank you so much.
So we want to appreciate all of you for being here. So we want to appreciate you. So tomorrow, like she has said, we'll begin very early by 8. So we want to go to the farm before it starts, before the sun is hot, so that we come back and finish up. So please let's be early. And I want to also commend you for coming early to their pursuit that some of you were here and sending their states. Thank you for that. Let's keep it up. So tomorrow we'll be expecting you. So I want to believe no journey is too short. So I want to wish each and every one of you safe trip back home and regards to your family. Thank you. Yes, you will see me.